This is good, man.
This is it, man.
That's it, man.
We here.
We are.
We here, man.
It's been a long time coming. For this moment here. This moment here. It's been a long time coming.
Hey, man. Yo, Reggie, if you don't know, look, this isn't going to be kind of traditional because, hey, Reggie is Reggie, but, yeah, this is the start of it, man. We here, man. He had to be the first one on here, man.
Man, I'm honored. I'm honored.
He had to be the first one. Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Dang, man, you want to just introduce yourself though? I can't.
Well, I'm Reggie, aka known as Ugly Reggie, one half of the No Jive podcast, backed by Mr. Swan Dunn himself, software developer, father, friend to most, many different titles, many different hats.
Right, man. Dang. Hey, we here today, man. Design Detox with Deondra. What do you think about that, man?
Explain that. Explain what is detox. Why do we need to detox, man?
You know what? I'm gonna throw another question, and then I'll do that.
All right.
What does detox mean to you?
It means to, in a word, I guess, in some way, abstain from something or get it out of your system or separate from whatever it is that you may be used to or something like that. Whether it be like detoxing from a certain food or detoxing from alcohol or bad behavior, just something you're going against and trying to stay away from.
That's good, yeah. Man, and I'll add to that, man. I will agree, first of all, man. But I'm thinking, like even the stuff that we think that's good for us isn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where like the name came from, man. It's like people are like, man, we got to have all these cool designs. We got to, we got to do this, or we got to focus only on the surface level stuff.
Yeah.
And we forget all the deep, the foundational things to make up where we stand on. Okay. We don't stand on the design. You know what I'm saying? We stand on certain values. Oh, okay. So that's where we get into that, man.
Okay. I like it, man.
Yeah, bro. So, man, you here today, man. We can do this a couple of ways. And one thing I definitely want to talk about is like the podcast game. Why you even like why'd you start it? And I know, your mindset on design and stuff. We're definitely going to talk about that.
Okay, yeah.
So, But first, hey, how did you get into it? Like, who inspired you?
I was listening to Tax Stone, Charlamagne the God, and those guys. And I'll never forget Tax Stone. He in jail right now, but I remember him saying anybody can do this. Like, anybody can. And after you keep hearing somebody say anybody can do it, you start looking into, okay, what's the things you need to target? What is podcasting? Why should I podcast? Who has a podcast? And I started it in 2017. So this is prior to the podcast bros taking it over and running it with it. This was like right in the beginning, before everyone knew what a podcast was or understood that anyone can have one,
right?
Should I say. So I honestly started because I like running my mouth. Anybody who knows me knows Reggie likes running his mouth. I will argue with you. I will debate. I'm open for conversation because I like to learn from people and I love different perspectives. What can I add from your repertoire to mine? To not even so much just make my life better, but just to add to me, because that's what life is about.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
So okay, with that adding, so it was just to run your mouth. It had nothing to do with.
I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning,
trying to sell anything. Or nothing.
In the beginning, no, it wasn't. It was just I just wanted to get with my friends and just talk crazy on the microphone, argue about things that was current, things I may have thought. Certain narratives I may have believed or didn't believe, and I just wanted to run with it. I just wanted to give my friends. Honestly, it's supposed to be me first, and then once I did that first episode with Fred, people
just had to run with it.
Yeah, people responded like, "Y'all got something," so that's why we ran with
That's it, man. I hear people say that all the time, but what I found is there's always some kind of like deep purpose within that. We're talking surface level here. Like, I just started it to start it, and I like running my mouth. but there's something there, and I want to get to it.
Okay, all right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew you was gonna say there's something there when you said that.
Like seriously, right. It's like okay, I like running my mouth, or where did that even start? Then it's like, you know, where did the name come from? Mm-hmm. You know, so we can go to the start, the running the mouth, and you know, I know the story a little bit of like where the name, your first podcast, mm-hmm. where the name came from, mm-hmm. and then you know, we'll transition into how kind of we met and stuff. Because hey, Swan Dung was involved in all that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
there's no other Reggie without Swan Dung.
Let's go deep though, man.
Okay.
Where, like, why do you talk so much? Like, what's up? Where did this come from? That you can, the earliest you can remember.
I'm trying to think, bro. I've always had a sense of humor and always like making people laugh since a young person. And I guess it started from a deep-rooted issue of insecurity of wanting people to like me. So if you can make people laugh and you can make them laugh often, they like you. So I figured if I can do that often, I can get you to like me. So I've always figured out how to do that. Now, granted, growing up, people like to say running your mouth, and it's a cool thing now, but running your mouth ain't always a good thing. You typically get in trouble, or sometimes you say things that people don't necessarily like or agree with, and sometimes people want to punch you in the mouth for running your mouth too much. That's so right. It's been some times that I had to pretty much back up what I was talking about, or it's got me in a situation where I could easily learn how to some discretion, learn how, like, okay, say something here, don't say nothing here, and with that, and that's why. So that's kind of why I've always been a big component of running my mouth or just talking, communication. It took me forever to understand that maybe learning how to communicate effectively is my thing. Now, I may not be well at it all the time, but it's something I'm always trying to perfect and get better at.
I got you. Just because you're saying something don't mean you're saying something.
You're saying something. Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and most people don't know how to, and if you notice, I use the term communicate efficiently. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Most people don't understand the difference between comprehension and all that. They just, if I say something, you should understand what I'm saying, when that's not always how it works. A lot of times there's a difference between what's being said and what you heard.
That's right. So I got you, man. So you're making people laugh. Man, how does that feel?
It feels amazing. Everyone like I hate how everybody like this. I don't care about being liked. I'm a loner. Like, okay, as humans, we're not built that way.
Yeah.
Unless something's off with you, which honestly I hate using the term off, but something different about you, whether it be like from a psychological standpoint or something like that. Unless you are like the rest of us, we are humans. We're social creatures, so we like being around people that are something like us, or we just like being around people. So it felt amazing. It felt good.
That's good, man. So okay, you have this internal thing, okay? You're making people laugh, you know, for your benefit. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily, and theirs. They're laughing. They're getting something out of it. They're liking you. Then we move forward. Okay, I'm gonna start a podcast. Now we're gonna make even more people laugh. So let's go into that, like the name and why. Okay, we got the inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So let's move into that. Like, what was the names and stuff like? Because you know we was there. You had one name.
I'm trying to remember what was the name. That you
something
hated.
With a gap.
In the gap, or Reggie with the gap. It was something you hated it tremendous. I honestly at the time thought it was an amazing idea because I couldn't really. Honestly, that's why it's important to have somebody in your corner to bounce ideas off. Because that name was horrible, but I think it was important for the beginning. It had to happen. It's part of the process, man.
Dude, it is. It's part of it.
So that's what happened. We ran with the name The Gap or something like that. It was something horrible. And you did.
I made some designs and all kind of stuff for that. And I was like, dude, this ain't it.
Yeah, you did understand. That's what I think you got better at too, being able to tell people like, bro, nah.
Man, because I was like, yeah, because you know, something people don't know about me, man. I didn't talk a whole lot. I think I started talking in 11th grade, you know, moving forward. But I was still kind of, and I guess I still kind of am a little, you know, non-talkative or whatever. You know, I just stay back. But, man, yeah, man, the gap, whatever it was, and I was like, bro, this is not it. Because it was like, I was learning even then, it was like, we gotta dig deeper. But I didn't understand that part. You know what I'm saying? Back then. and to put some time on it, man, this was what, 2014, maybe 2015. We was kind of getting to know each other, and then you just started, even starting to even think about doing this.
Yeah, stuff. We've been around.
This was earlier. Wow, this was earlier on, like years ago.
Yeah, so most people, they don't understand at first how we.
Yeah. Which we'll get into it, man. Yeah. But this was like years ago, and it was like, you know, Deondra is developing. You know what I'm saying? Who he is, and understanding. Oh man, we got to go deeper.
Yeah.
But I didn't. You know, I thought I knew what deep was then. And of course, even on this level, we can always like dig a little deeper.
You know what you know until you know.
Yeah, so here we are. We go a little deeper. Some kind of way we're like, well, what do people call you? I think I remember a conversation like that. Like, what is, we got something else, some other kind of inspiration. And it was like, well, people call you ugly. Yeah. Ugly Reggie. Ugly Reggie. I was like, bro. I feel like it was one of those that next thing, it was like, dude, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. You were still kind of like whatever, but it was like, dude, like embrace. That's who you are.
Yeah, it was a cheerful.
You know, it was a more. It was something more to that name than all the rest of them. I'm sure there was some other ones, but the Gap and then Ugly Reggie was kind of the top ones.
Because I needed something that represented me, that stuck out for me. Because too many times we start things in the not in spite of, but just adjacent to somebody else stuff. So if I start a brand, and it's because I want something like Nike, and I don't really have anything that represents me. So
it ain't. Yeah, it don't. Nike has their own people. You know, they have their own thing they got going. You got yours. You know, and oftentimes we trying to do something like somebody else, man.
Yeah, that's what it comes to.
So Ugly Reggie, tell us that story, man, growing up.
So ultimately, like every other kid, I suffered with self-esteem issues, and it started during the basketball game. I want to say around about 10th or 11th grade. We were just outside playing ball like kids do, and I think we were just playing ball. And one of my homeboys was he was shooting, or I shot, and something to this thing. He was like, "Shut up, Ugly Reggie," and like the name kind of stuck, and it hurt so bad because most people didn't realize, like everyone else, I was struggling with self-esteem issues really bad. Like I really thought I was ugly. Like I mean, you couldn't tell me I wasn't. Now I may not have shown it or like said it, but subconsciously I always thought it. So it really started hurting when like the girls that I thought was cute that I liked was referring me to Ugly Reggie as well, and it tore me up on the inside. I never showed it. But you know, it hurt. And then on top of that, I was running with a group of guys that were fairly handsome. We were a handsome group of guys. And you know, even within the group there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy inside.
Hey, that's just for and that's those just out there, you know, hey, we grown over here talking.
Yeah, there's a hierarchy. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing you have to be honest about. And doing that hierarchy, I wasn't high up the chain, or I didn't think I was high up that chain.
Well, ugly.
So, you know, I was cool enough to hang around the in crowd, but in the in crowd, I was at the bottom. Dang. So, you know, it like I said, now as I get older and I, you know, unpack some things, I don't take it as personal. I understand, like, during that time as a teenage boy, you don't really know how to regulate your emotions. You don't know how to feel. You're just trying to fit in. You're trying to fit in. You're just trying to be around some people that feel like you. And in that group, you know, you make fun of who's in that group as well.
Right. Man.
So, so that's where the name came from. The name came from that, and
it's stuck.
It's stuck.
Man, dude, as you're talking though, I'm thinking like I'm thinking about Killer Mike, how he talks about the chain, and how, you know, black people, you know, we wear the chains and stuff now. Yeah, like, man, you took that Ugly Reggie name and you put it on the chain. You know what I'm saying? For those wondering, hey, just go look it up, man. It's cool how he explained it, because dude, Killer Mike, he's awesome. Yeah,
when he took the chain, he was like, ultimately, after he got his point across, now that I got y'all attention, I can take the chain off now. It was on the Breakfast Club, which I watch that interview all the time with him, because him and DJ Envy get into it about public education and private education. So know exactly what you're talking about. But I was like, I'm going to take something back that you intend to hurt me, and I'm going to show you that it does not hurt me anymore. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure they ain't thought nothing twice about this. They done went on about their life. They don't care.
That's it.
And the person who got hurt, it tends to stick with. So that's something I had to unpack and move forward myself. So that was
I got you. So, man, okay, we got a little bit of the history. So we're going to go down to the design a little bit, man. So, okay, we know about the gap. So now that we got the name, we understand where the name came from. We went as deep as we could with that. Now it's okay. We about to do a podcast. So tell us, I guess, from your perspective, that design process and what you were thinking.
Bro, honestly, I didn't know. That's why I appreciated talking with you and you walking me through that process, because a lot of it goes back to what you said. You don't know, you know what you know, and what you don't know, you don't know. So at that time, I think it's important to get a business strategy going for this, because I didn't even look at it like a business. I just wanted to get a microphone, some other stuff, a laptop, and just record and put it out there. There was no real strategy behind it. I didn't understand that the logo is going to be something, or a design is something that speaks for you and gets people attention. That's a symbol, and I didn't understand that. So I'm like, maybe try this or that. I'm coming to you honestly as if I want you to make a mixtape for me, a mixtape cover, because you did, honestly. And I went behind your back and asked somebody else to do it, because I didn't understand how to communicate to you, and you work with what you had. You gave me what I had. I didn't understand how hard you had to work to give me what you had. And you're like, okay, I'm giving you what I got off the little information that you gave me. And instead of communicating, say, okay, can we do this? Can we do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so used to the culture of, okay, how much you could charge for a logo? $50.
Man.
I go, here my $50. Give me something. Give me something. Okay. I don't really like it, but I'm gonna find somebody. Yeah.
And that's a whole nother thing there, man.
It is.
Because it's like, yeah, we're going through that. I don't even know what the price was, because I think I was pricing. This was something I never done before. This was more of the, I guess, illustration type stuff that you ended up wanting. That was that first design, and here I am, and I love that kind of stuff. You know, I don't like offer it like too much, and if I do that, somebody's it's gonna cost them a little arm real quick.
That's understandable,
because no, man, that stuff takes time. And what's cool though, you know, I was still in school, college at the time, and here I am, you know, I'm practicing. You know, I could draw all day. You know, but it's like, okay, I got to make him into a cartoon and do all this. So I get it. We started with a little sketch.
Yeah, we did.
And I don't know, you probably was like, this is ugly. But it was like, dude, this is just the basis. You know, we got to get an idea. Anyways, there's certain processes, and, you know, I'll probably go over that in some other episode. But it's like, okay, you know, we're going through the same experience like everybody else, kind of like you're saying, with the $50. I make something amazing, you love it, and then there's, you know, you say you love it. Yeah, there was no other communication.
Yeah, because I don't think we were at that stage in our friendship to where I was comfortable enough to say, hey, I don't like this. Because, you know, whenever you tell somebody I don't like what you did, people tend to take it personal and say, okay, you don't like me, or I don't do a good job, instead of saying, okay, what is it about it you don't like, or how can we direct that? And, you know,
and even me at the time, I didn't know how to make sure I was getting everything. Like, I was still learning, but like through learning that, like I said, we're going deeper. Is like, okay, we didn't talk about certain things that we should have. What has this been truly used for? Like, what's your vision? Yeah. And you still was kind of even unsure even then before you started.
Listen, I am.
You just was trying to, like everybody else, trying to get the logo done.
All right, man.
It's like, as soon as the logo is here, then now it's official.
Yeah.
No.
I'm ready to promote a podcast and stuff I ain't even got it on. I'm just ready
to.
Yeah, I'm ready to start.
We got to get the foundation on things before we even get the logo to speak to the audience.
That is very true.
Because, man, there's been plenty of times where I make something for somebody and they may not, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else may have the name, or somebody else may, what is it? I don't know. It could be many of things, but it's just like, they come to me, now we got to redo it. Now it's just more money. When if we would have just had this conversation from the start, you'd be able to speak to your target audience. You know, you think, well, why do people even rebrand? Well, they wasn't, you know, talking to their target audience then. See, you know.
Okay, so let me speak to that right there. I think most people don't understand. It's So most people don't understand that I need a target audience, because what happens is we're basing off what we're doing by seeing another business company do.
Trying to do what they do.
Trying to do what they do without understanding what they do. So just like you said,
Man.
I don't understand. I understand, like, I want to shotgun this instead of being a sniper.
Yeah.
Because, you feel like if I shotgun, I'm going to hit somebody instead of saying, all right, let me take my time. Let me find my core audience and let me talk to them.
Come on, talk about
it. Because once again, it took me forever to actually understand. Like, and once again, it's us growing together and you honing in those skills and you asking the uncomfortable questions and the right questions and giving you somebody time to reflect to answer these questions. Because if you're serious about your craft, those questions will come back to you and you should be able to answer them. Or you should be vulnerable and say, okay, right now I don't know what you mean by that. Can you direct me to
now?
What this means?
Now it's my job to then, okay, if you don't know, then now I'm going to be able to pull this out of you by asking additional questions. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't have that patience.
Yeah.
And it's like, I even think with that type of patience, they don't have the mature, to be mature enough to be able to just kind of be patient in that season and trust the expert.
Yeah.
It's just like, I understand it's your business, but like, let's slow it down.
Right,
and
man.
I mean, I think you was in one of those moments. So boom, we got this amazing design, and it's like, I definitely could have done what you had that other designer do. Then you didn't like what they put some like weed and
they put like
something in there,
like a skyscraper, some weeds in the class. Honestly,
it was like
he didn't really do. Honestly, I'm upset because I wasted money going to him because ultimately he didn't do anything.
He just added a background.
That's all he did.
And the background, he just got that out of some little subscription thing that he had.
Yeah,
and I was just like, dang. I felt a little some type of way, but I learned from that, man. And then, anyways, bro, that was just some good stuff, man. So we learned, like, okay, the design, okay, it is what it is. So I don't know, however many episodes later, we start talking, because we couldn't talk like this.
Oh, no.
We couldn't talk like this at all.
No, man.
Reggie,
I feel like it took us to take that trip to Atlanta together.
Bro, that's crazy.
To us taking that trip, because it's different. It's different when you do business with somebody, and then it's really different when you want to grow and you're like, hey, let's do the journey together. I think it's absolutely different, because we went on that trip with the same goal in common, but we went different ways about it.
Yeah. But I like what you said with, hey, growing together.
Yeah.
And I think what most clients don't understand is this is a partnership.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I know we haven't known each other that long, but hey, I'm the expert. You're the business, and we're gonna do this thing together, man.
Yeah.
So like, hey, let's do it. You got to be transparent enough, because the more I know, the better
you can help me.
The more I can help you. Don't be, if you holding something back, that's on you. Bro, that's like you can't fault me because you didn't grow in some kind of area.
Yes.
Like you said in the beginning, I only work, I had with what I had to work with based on what you said.
What I gave you, so I can't fault you and be like, well, you're the graphic designer, you're supposed to know. Well, once again, this is based off an individual thing. Like I can't base what I did for somebody else and give that to you, because now two different businesses.
Yeah. And what I like to say, man, people come for art.
Yep.
When, hey, this is design. And art is subjective.
Okay, but can you break that out?
Yeah, man. Art is subjective. You know what I'm saying? Design is objective. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, art, I can think whatever I want to think. Granted, on a super, super deep level, which we ain't going to go there with it, just know the core of art and design, that's subjective and objective. Because once you get kind of deep, you can mix it a little bit, but you got to understand that at their core what they are.
See, once again, this is coming from somebody who actually took the initiative to actually study this. What happens is too many people get on social media and we see our favorite artists, like, just throwing the name Lil Wayne, do something with a cover that's artist is like, and it means something to him. Or he like, hey, I'm gonna put this out, and however you interpret it is on you. And now we're like, I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
for
now that
$70.
particular project could have been more of just a personal project.
It could be.
It had nothing to do with trying to sell records.
Yeah.
Because I know when they were selling them millions of records or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
All that stuff is strategic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's a whole nother thing though with, like it's a drug, like selling drugs to mixtapes.
Yeah, I need you.
You gotta hustle. I mean, that's kind of part of the hustle too. But
create a need for it. You need.
Yeah,
this.
man.
You don't know. Yeah. You
yeah.
gotta create the need, man.
Exactly.
I gotta show you need this right here. You don't even know you need it, but I'm gonna show you need it.
That's it. Go get. Give me my money.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. When I give it to you, you ain't gonna have no choice but to give it to me because you gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Once again.
So man, no, this has been cool, bro. So we went down the journey. Okay, we're doing the podcast stuff. We understand me and your relationship. So where are we at now?
Good question. I am so once again, I am somebody who I understand how to separate business from friendship, but if you are my friend that has a business, I respect you from both perspectives. I will never make you look bad or cross you over. So I think if you're my friend and I care about you like I say I do, I respect you in both avenues. So whether that be paying or I can't do this right now, let me do this, or business wise, there's no reason why you have a business that does graphic design and business strategic and I'm not telling people about it. And I'm talking about just even if it's breadcrumb mention, explain that makes no sense to me.
That's it.
That makes no sense to me. Now, granted, people are, well, I mean, I didn't think about it. You're on social media all the time. Somebody's always saying, hey, somebody know graphic design. How hard is it just to tag that person's name? Yeah.
With doing that,
I mean, I'll take it up to you to see if it's a fit for you.
Well, exactly. But yeah, it's like, appreciate definitely. Yeah. I like it that you said fit.
Yeah.
Because you did a great example with the shotgun and the snipe.
That's because what it is. That's what it is.
But man, most people, they want the design, but they don't want the strategy. You know what I'm saying? And if you take the strategy out the design, you just got art.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't think most people understand I think it's one of them situations where as a business owner at that time, you're trying to do a lot of things at once. And I think, like I said, it's not necessarily you didn't know, but I didn't understand that I needed to understand it from our perspective. I'm just trying to
check mark.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
I got to get this done.
Yeah, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. But if at that time we had to not only say, okay, strategy wise, you want this logo, but what did you want this logo to say? Because once again, you got to understand the power of logos. And most people don't understand it until you start bringing in the Arch and McDonald.
Well, yeah.
These little stuff like that, the Nike checkmark sign.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Well, it means just about, but you know what it means when you see it. Barstool in sports, when you see a Barstool with the stars around, you know that. Yeah. And once again, we don't understand marketing until someone explains it in a way we can understand it.
Yeah. And most people, man, they even get caught up on the logo part. But usually that's just the best thing to explain when you're explaining branding and stuff. Like, the logo part is only one part of the whole branding. We got to talk about the voice and your messaging.
Yeah, 5% of the thing. Yeah,
and it's crazy, but that's just the best way to explain to people. Man. But then it's like that throws them off.
Even this year, you hit me with it. Like, who's your audience?
I was like, who's your audience?
Like, what do you mean? My audience and something like, no, Reggie. Who's your audience? And even now, I'm like, oh. Oh, everybody has an audience. Like everybody.
Yeah. Think about why you go purchase something.
Yeah.
What was you thinking before you purchased?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are the same things you got to know about your own clients.
This is very true.
It's just crazy, and it's like, think about that person. That's why it's good to do testimonials and ask these certain questions. Like, why did you even decide to purchase? You need to understand this certain data to be able to adjust and be able to speak to that target audience even more precise.
That is very true.
It's like making it more adjustments.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I can have a perfect shot with this sniper, but man, I can make some more adjustments to where it's like, even
spot
more.
On.
Yeah,
spot on. Yeah,
spot on.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, yeah.
You know that little bit.
I get that grouping tight, man.
Come on,
get
now.
that grouping tight.
They don't know nothing
get
about
that grouping tight. Yeah.
Hey, wait. You know, break that down for him. For the, you know, it's some weapon. You know, people don't
weapons
understand.
when you're shooting, man. You're shooting a set. Say you're shooting a set of 3, man. You want a group. You want to get those. Honestly, you want to shoot it in the size of a half quarter or a quarter size. You want all them shots to land within a quarter size. That way, anytime I pick that weapon up and I'm setting myself, I'm gonna hit that same spot every time.
That's it.
And that's grouping. Get them in tight. You want those same rounds to hit the same spot on that paper every time you shoot. And that's what it is. You want to hit the same target artist every time. Keep them in mind. How you talking to them. When you bring out a new product, how is it speaking to them? Why would they want to buy it? And stuff like that.
That's it, man. That's it. Man, all right, man. What we got to look for in the future with, man? You know, we went from Ugly Reggie to then what was after that? We ended up kind of changing.
We kind of changed different around. We bounced around a little bit, but we settled on No Jive, man. I really love No Jive. The No Jive with Fred. And I'm not ashamed to admit that in the beginning, me starting the podcast, Ugly Reggie podcast, it was more of a reflection of me. This No Jive podcast is a little more special to me because now I'm actually taking the proper steps to actually invest someone else into something. Because like I think you said something that was revolutionary every time. It's hard for somebody else to invest in something that they really have no equity in. They have no part of it. It don't represent them. So I can't get upset at somebody else for not wanting to invest in something that in the beginning it had good meaning, but it was never meant for him. It just so happens to work out that way. But at the end of the day, my name was on it. He can say it was his. He can say the show, but once again, like your name ain't on it.
That's right. And
once again, you have to tailor it down. I do admit that my schedule has gotten a lot more hectic, but that's really no excuse. Situations like this setup right here to me is amazing. It's comfortable. It's welcoming. Because once again, people can see. Because once again, like it's one thing to hear. But to see people talking, you feel like you're in the conversation, the surrounding, it feels welcoming. Like, I mean, once again, despite this being a swan done setup, I'm looking and I see hustle over handout. Like that's the thing you see. Like you see little things like that, and that's a representation.
Got my boy Corey.
Corey
created showing fresh stuff up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys
got my books, got my
things. This is representative. Like this is like this means something. This is like, hey, this is, and it's not so much as you like, hey, I just done the work for you and I throw it out. Like no, like dog, I believe in what you do.
That's it, man.
And then you like it enough to you want to wear it.
Oh yeah.
And that was my biggest problem. I was too busy just trying to put something out that I thought was gonna stick instead of picking something that I actually love, that I can wear it, and I don't care if nobody else wears it.
That's it.
It makes it good for me. So
I hear you, bro. Man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
So, man, speaking of hustle over handout, man, we want to know.
We want to know, once again, we getting that paperwork done. Because we get that paperwork done. Because I'm not feeling nobody steal that work. Because
right.
I'm fine.
What's that paperwork? What's that mean?
A trademarking, man. I don't mind selling it. I'll sell it for a nice penny. We'll see, but you're not finna steal it. You're not finna take it from me.
My boy in the process. Man.
Yes. I need
crazy.
that.
This is taking a little long.
This is taking a long time. But once again, longer is better. Because I would rather it be stamped and it belongs to me and then come out with later versus rush it out, build the brand so somebody else can take it.
That's it, man.
Because I did the footwork for somebody else because it's a I don't know too many people who can't relate to it.
I hear you.
They can't relate to it. So once again,
everybody, all colors, all ages,
everybody.
Everything.
It's universal. It speaks to everyone. It's a brand that I don't have to explain it to you.
Yeah,
you read it.
Man, those are those rare ones, man.
Oh, bro,
it's like when you start talking about branding and all that. It's just in the name. Yeah. It does it all the talking for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But look, we'll have to break that down another day.
So many people in the nursing field was like, yes, you're right. That shirt, every day I get on shift, I have to hustle because no one's handing me anything. Entrepreneur, man, I'm literally I'm having to bootstrap my business. I'm literally like, no one's giving me anything, or just, I want better grades, man. So guess what? No one's going to give me these grades. I have to study and put in the work. So it's a multifaceted thing that applies to multiple things.
That's it, man.
It's something I love, man.
And it ain't got have no cool ending or nothing yet with these interviews, but
yeah,
you know, I want to end it a certain way, I guess.
Okay.
You know, maybe not the typical gym, but I guess what do you want people to leave with after they heard this podcast? You know, this episode here.
I was gonna hit you with a stereotypical motivational quote, but nah, it's not who I. That's not who I am,
bro.
That's not who I am.
Like, let's think about it. We gotta be deep here.
Continue to be in service. Continue to be in service. Don't be afraid to fail, and just start. Just start. It'll. I promise you. It'll buff out. And I never understood. I used to hate when people say it'll work out in the end or it'll buff out. Just start. It really will. Just have the faith. Put one foot in front of the other. I promise you. My grandma, bless her soul, used to ask her how you do some hard things. She's like, well, you can eat an elephant. I was like, how, grandma? One bite at a time. One bite at a time. And you think like, oh, that's a lot of elephant. Like, how am I going? Like, one bite at a time. So literally, that's why I get to 1 foot in front of the other.
That's good, man.
Yeah, that's it.
That's good, man. All right, bro, man. How can people follow you, find you, all that different jazz?
Man, you can find me on TikTok, Ugly Reggie. I'm on there arguing about people lying about military stuff.
Hey, let's look in the camera for him. Let them know,
cause y'all be lying.
Let them know.
Y'all be lying. It's funny, but I'm on Netflix. I said Netflix. Oh, maybe I'm speaking that in existence.
Come on now.
But no, Instagram, Ugly Reggie Network on there. You can find me on Facebook as well, Reggie Robinson. A lot of my comedic reliefs on there. It'll be some comedic stuff that I sprinkle in there, but I'll drop some gems in there. Like I said, I love to make people laugh, but I also love to have uncomfortable conversations to where we can talk and share the space, man. Because giving grace is my thing.
That's good, man. And lastly, man, as you was talking, maybe this is gonna be the ending that I figured out just now, man. Okay. What kind of collaboration are you looking for? What kind of partners are you looking for?
Man, partners. Oh, partners.
You know, like to collaborate.
Bro, I can't really think of anybody outside of Sean Fresh on my mind right now. I am a sucker for anybody who does any type of community work. I once again grew up. Grandma put me in that service. We used to cook for people every Saturday. We didn't have a lot, but we used to cook for my grandma's neighborhood. I love service because I truly believe no one's gonna save us like we are. Like no one's gonna save us like we are. And we're at the age I'm done waiting for somebody else to do something I can do. So go ahead and do it. So once again, if anyone's listening, I'll be posting things that like we got young African American brothers in the hood trying to go to these camps, and maybe $50 here and there will help them send them camp. We do it every other year. Every other year we have a different class coming up, going to these football camps to get exposure, trying to make it out of this scenario, make it out of Bible, make it out of Bible.
That's it, man.
So I'll put stuff out like that all the time, and that money, yet $50, that $75, will give that young man a chance to go to a football camp to help them get an education to better their situation.
That's right, man.
So like I said, it's crazy you said that, man, because it was on the episode where David Shins had somebody in the hot seat and they were talking about a nonprofit, about what they were going to do. And he said, if you're really a nonprofit, you're already doing it. And then the funds are going. And I was like, I'm already doing that. I just got to figure out how to take like that. That's what's, man, it's funny you say that. Whatever you meant, bro, whatever you meant to do, you going to do it.
That's it.
Whatever you meant to do, you going to do it. And that's what I enjoy. I enjoy just being involved with the kids. Everyone's talking about how bad these kids are, how lost they are. It's because nobody's investing in them, man.
That's it, man.
So that's what I like to do. So
that's what's up, man. That's a great ending right there. Hey, man, give it up for my brother, man. Hey, military veteran right there.
Hey, thank you, man.
Hey, man.
Thank you,
I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me on, bro. Hey, man,
This is it.
This has been a long time coming, man. I love it, man. Oh.